Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Fragrance Fireside Chat. I'm doing this a little bit earlier in the day just because of the fact that it's Cinco de Mayo, I've got a party to go to, and so I wanted to get this done and out of the way just in case that after I come back from the party, I'm just completely gone and I'll make a terrible video then. So, and I want to do this while I'm 100% sober. Alright? Now, first item and agenda on the day are new fragrance purchases, fragrances that I got. I mentioned it last week in last week's episode that I bought some fragrances, but I didn't have them on hand to show. Now I do. First fragrance up from Prada Luna Rosa. Here is the bottle. I don't like the bottle a lot at all. Actually, I hate the bottle. Reason being, this is not metal. This is plastic. This is kind of like a plasticish covering over glass. This, I feel, is going to break pretty easily if you so much as hit it a little bit too hard, maybe drop it, it's going to break. Second thing that I don't like about the bottle is, see this? It's supposed to be a quasi cap. It's a plastic thing that says remove before using and reposition when carrying. It's a cap, basically, but it's plastic, really cheap. It prevents it, again, from spraying. Either way, I can't condone something like this. Even the cheapest fragrances don't have something as silly as this. I mean, design a cap, do something. As for the smell itself, it's a very safe, soapy smell. Actually, I won't completely say safe. It's not soapy in the realm of Prada Amber Pour Homme, but it's a different type of a soapy type of a scent. I'm going to obviously give you a little bit more insight after I've tested the fragrance. For those of you who don't know, I test fragrances for about 7 individual days or 7 full wearings before I start to actually give my opinion of a fragrance. All right. This one, I can't really form one right now. It's okay. A little bit of a soapy type of vibe. I need a little bit more time with it. Next fragrance up, a little bit more of a popular one. We've got Versace Eros. Here is the box, and here is the bottle. This one, I can tell you off the bat, I actually do like. It does remind me, when people said it reminded them of 1 Million, or it's the new 1 Million type thing, I can see where they're coming from. It's a sweet type of a vibe. With 1 Million, you get a little bit more of like that cinnamon-ish type of a vibe, but with this, it's kind of like this apple fruity type of a vibe to it. It's definitely a fragrance that I can see wearing or doing really well at the club. Again, I still need to spend a lot more time with the fragrance, but right off the bat and after 2 wearings, I like the scent. I can't really complain about it. Versace Eros. And the third scent that I picked up from the house of Jean-Paul Gaultier, we've got Le Beau Mâle. Comes in the standard Le Mâle type, cage case. Goes in, comes off from the bottom. This one, it doesn't have the projection, doesn't have the power of the original Le Mâle, which kind of disappointed me. This one is a little bit more of a safer version of Le Mâle. It's a lot toned down. It doesn't smell like Le Mâle completely. It has some aspects to it, but it's pretty light, considering. I honestly, genuinely expected something a lot heavier than this one, but light. Definitely minty-ish. I think it was lavender with it, but anyways, got to spend more time with this one. Le Beau Mâle. And for the fourth fragrance that I went ahead and purchased and picked up was Creed's Virgin Island Water. Sorry, the light kind of shines off of it, but Creed's Virgin Island Water does smell very, very similar to Bath & Body Works Coconut Lime Verbena, for those of you who are familiar with this scent. They're similar enough that I can honestly say if you're not looking to spend 100 plus, invest in Coconut Lime Verbena. Coconut Lime Verbena is discontinued as of now, but I think you can still purchase it probably for around 20, maybe 25, if you look a little bit hard enough. I'm not positive on that, don't quote me. That's how much I purchased it for a while back. But Creed's Virgin Island Water, on the other hand, man, it does smell very similar, a little bit more refined than Coconut Lime Verbena, and it does last longer than Coconut Lime Verbena on my skin. The other surprising thing on this one is on my skin, this one lasts 8+ hours. I'm not getting the 4 hours or so that most people get, that they say it doesn't last on their skin. This lasts on my skin, so I've got no complaints on it. Virgin Island Water. So, actually, I wanted to, of the 3 new fragrances that were released, if you couldn't tell, these 3 are new releases: Prada, Le Beau, and Eros. Of these three, let me know which one you guys are interested in seeing reviews on. Yeah. You know what? I'll probably do a separate subscriber's choice video. I just realized I'll just do a quick subscriber's choice, see which ones you like, and then I'll put them out in order based off of the responses from it. So those were the new fragrances that I got. I've got a couple other new fragrances that are on their way, so I may feature them in next week's video or maybe the week afterward, depending on when they get there and what stage they're in. So on to, I guess, community-related matters. There were two community-related matters that I wanted to talk about, but I think I'm only going to talk about one of them in this video. I'm probably going to leave the other one for a separate full video. One of the matter was, there was a little bit of drama going on in the fragrance community regarding some members. I think it was Dan, Raj, and Del, bottom note. But I don't think I'm going to talk about that in that video. It's probably a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter than I wanted to, but I'll hold off on that. I generally don't like bringing up drama just because I don't like taking part of it. Never have, never will. And there's that. But there's another aspect. There was a video that I saw from Brad, or bpwool, for those of you who don't know him. His channel will be down below. And he was asking the question if the fragrance community is dying or gone or anything like that. And I do agree that it has changed a lot. And I would put it on three main factors. A couple of them are actually touched on by Brad. I'd say the biggest factor is Facebook. There are different mediums now for people to kind of get their fix in. Yeah, Base Notes has always been there, as well as, Fragrantica and some other forums, but it's nowhere near the same as like Facebook, where you can create personalized groups, interact with people on that manner. And let's face it, Base Notes has server problems almost all the time. I'm not sure about their server problems now, but beforehand, just loading up pages on Base Notes used to take forever. Didn't used to go through it, but I think Facebook is a big reason. Second thing is, it wears on people. People can't review forever. I think the reviewer that is in the game for a long time is more of a rarity than the one who's not. Because eventually, as you're doing reviews, it's a lot of work, and two, at times you get tired of it. You get tired of, sometimes the same responses. Sometimes you get tired of, just focusing on fragrance for some, while, and you go on and do other things. You get busy with other things. So I think that's another reason for, the quote-unquote change. And three, communities always change. There's nothing wrong with that. They evolve. New people come in, old people come out, people go. And, the things change on that matter. Things don't stay the same forever. So things are different in that aspect. And I do, there will, just like I'm here reviewing, tomorrow there'll be another person reviewing, as there are other reviewers that are coming up and going through now. I know there's some reviewers who get discouraged regarding views and stuff like that. And my response to them has always been the same. If you're worried about views and people viewing it, then you're probably not covering the right thing. Fragrance in general doesn't get a lot of views compared to anything else. And the second thing, not everyone's going to agree with your opinion. It's just the way it is. And they're going to let you know about it most of the time. But either way, I enjoy the fragrance community, and that's why I'm still doing reviews. I've set schedules for myself. I never feel pressured to release videos. At times, I'll release them pretty much when I want to. I'll release what I want, when I want, and nobody can tell me otherwise. I'm in the CEO and the grand poobah of my own little world here. So I take it all in stride and just go through it. So that pretty much sums it up. I don't want this to get a little bit longer than it already has been. But if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free. Leave a message down below. Send me a comment. Do whatever you got to do. Thank you. Have fun on Cinco de Mayo. I'm going to have fun myself. And take care of yourselves.